got it.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to MANIACITV, man. Today, we got how NBA Youngboy finessed his way out of life in prison. It is a continuation from the Fredo Bang NBA Youngboy Origins video, the falling out between the two, from the Most Slides YouTube channel, man. So link down below in the description. Y'all head on over to Most Slides, hit that subscribe button, and show some love to my guy for sure, man. So listen, we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna get into it right now here on MANIACITV, how NBA Youngboy finessed his way out of life in prison. Let's get it.
In my last video, we talked about the back and forth between G Money and NBA Youngboy, which all came to a halt when Youngboy got locked up. In this video, we're gonna go deeper into the circumstances surrounding his case and how Youngboy managed to skate away from doing any serious time for these charges. This story takes place in November 2016 and really centers around Youngboy's cousin, Boozilla, a member of a Baton Rouge gang called BBG. We briefly talked about Boozilla in my last video because he made this video dissing Youngboy.
Man, I was shocked. And Baby Joe,
pull that bitch up.
Baby Joe came out the cut saying that he stepped on. Come on, man. I never would have thought that Youngboy and Baby Joe would even be close after seeing something like that.
What up, Baby Joe? Pull that bitch up.
Youngboy and Boozilla's beef didn't last long though, and they was back on good terms almost instantly. But on November 2nd, 2016, while Boo was riding his bike, he gets murked. And shortly after this, Youngboy assembles the crew to go get retaliation for his cousin. Now, it's a whole lot of rumors as to who was behind Boozilla's death, but the most common one is that it had something to do with him dissing another Baton Rouge rapper named Dissa. Boozilla dropped a song called Forgive Me, which featured cameos from Baby Joe and NBA and Michi Baby way before their fame. But in this song, he dropped some disses towards Dissa. And shortly after Boo died, Dissa made this video talking about Youngboy.
Slide about your cousin, nigga. Since you won't go there, how the fuck y'all beefing? Now he dead, you out there. Yeah, he a straight bitch.
That was probably a whole bunch of behind the scenes shit that we don't know about Youngboy's issue with Dissa that caused Dissa to make that video. Youngboy implies in songs that there's some—
I ain't never even heard of Dissa.
We don't know about Youngboy's issue with Dissa that caused Dissa to make that video. Youngboy implies in songs that there's some deeper issue, and what happened to Boozilla was some of his fault.
R.I.P. Boo, we was breaking in houses, it's sad to say, but that shit led to him getting put in the couch.
Boozilla's death set off a whole bunch of retaliation shootings, including one from NBA Youngboy himself. Around 9 AM, just a few hours after Boo got killed, Youngboy gathered a few friends to go get some revenge. On this mission, we had NBA Ben 10, one of Youngboy's day one homies who we seen in music videos from way back, and the man who Youngboy named 10 Talk after. 10 was also the target of a federal investigation and is currently staying in the feds. But on this mission, we had Ben 10 as the getaway driver. Next person in the car was NBA Self-Paid, aka NBA Big B, another one of Youngboy's day one homies who actually started rapping himself. But y'all might also know him from my King Von NBA Youngboy video. He was one of the first people that came out dissing King Von after his death. But on this mission, we had Self-Paid and Youngboy as the shooters. And finally, the fourth and last person in this car was NBA Joe, not to be confused with Baby Joe.
No, okay, before you even continue, now, if I remember correctly, NBA Joe, they said he was labeled as a snitch or something like that, and that's the reason why Baby Joe never took the NBA name and why he stayed BBG Baby Joe. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure he might say it in the video, man, but it was some documentary I reacted to a minute ago, and that's why it was Baby Joe describing why he never became NBA Baby Joe.
Finally, the fourth and last person in this car was NBA Joe, not to be confused with Baby Joe. At this time, Youngboy and Baby Joe weren't cool yet. NBA Joe was the one Youngboy was running with. NBA Joe himself even had a track up with Boozilla on YouTube. And at this time, Youngboy was constantly shouting him out as a shooter in songs.
NBA Joe, he trying to go. I send that boy.
NBA Joe don't come around no more for reasons we gonna explain in this video. So we had Ben 10 as the driver, Youngboy and Self-Paid as the shooters, and NBA Joe as— well, I don't know what the fuck NBA Joe role was because this shit did not go according to plan at all. All four of them hopped in the car and started cruising looking to get some retaliation from Boozilla. They was driving down the ops block when they spotted two unsuspecting Negroes standing in their front yard. And that's their cue, they spotted the ops. NBA Self-Paid and NBA Youngboy hopped out the car and started emptying the clip.
You know what though? It's crazy because it's like you don't really, like when you listen to a Youngboy song at first, you don't really be catching the lyrics until videos like this like really decipher them and put a backstory behind them. Like this nigga was really talking about the whole drill, man. Come on now.
It's like he said, he's sliding, bullets flying, but they ultimately end up missing every shot, so the two people go away unscathed. And as they go back to their car, they realize NBA Joe got shot in the neck. Now, none of the articles confirm if anyone returned fire, so we don't know if someone shot him by accident or he got hit by the ops. But regardless, it's a huge problem. Youngboy and self-paid hop back in the car and Ben 10 speeds off. But they got another problem. The getaway car gets a flat tire, and they end up crashing the car, which a bystander sees and calls the police. Then Youngboy, self-paid, and Ben 10 all flee the scene, leaving NBA Joe to be found by police and rushed to the hospital.
Peacock's got the new season of
That's wild. That sounds like some action movie shit, man.
I won't betray you.
For his injuries. So these niggas failed miserably. That was a sad day for Youngboy. His cousin dies, he tries to slide on the niggas,
And
misses all his
nothing
shots, his homie gets hit, then they get a flat fucking tire and crash the whip. Now, I couldn't get any worse than that, right? That's a terrible series of events. Youngboy's luck couldn't get any worse, right? Nah, this nigga NBA Joe ends up turning informant on them. About a month after this incident,
NBA Joe ended up getting put on payroll. Went to the police department and made an employee of the month. I'll tell you who did it. I was in the car with him. We went here trying to do this. Oh, man. And that's the reason why Baby Joe, why BBG Baby Joe never became NBA Baby Joe.
right? Nah, this nigga NBA Joe ends up turning informant on them. About a month after this incident goes down, the police start scooping all of them up. They already got NBA Joe. They found him and the car at the scene. They catch Ben 10 shortly after, and the police traced Youngboy down to a show he had in Austin, Texas.
Police have made a second arrest now in a string of shootings that erupted in Old South Baton Rouge last month. 17-year-old rapper Kentrell Golden, better known by his stage name NBA Youngboy, is behind bars tonight after being taken into custody by federal authorities.
They arrest him right before a performance, then extradite him back to Baton Rouge so he could face his charges, eventually hitting him with 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder. Now, once again, luck wasn't in Youngboy's favor. At this time, Louisiana was one of the 9 states where 17-year-olds could be charged as adults. And Youngboy had just turned 17 2 weeks before he went on this botched assassination attempt. So if he was tried as an adult and convicted, he was facing life. Youngboy also wasn't being let out on bail, which most likely had something to do with him previously being on the run.
I was on house arrest. And I cut my house arrest bracelet out.
I cut that bracelet off my leg when fuck with twin at the shop.
Youngboy was on the inside waiting to go to trial. His label was on the outside making sure he stayed relevant, dropping Mind of a Menace 3 Reloaded.
And it's crazy because when Youngboy was locked up, that's when I first heard about him. When Youngboy was locked up, I heard about him. The first time I heard about him was it was November 2016, and I was, where was I? My girlfriend was in college, so I went with her up to the campus. And I was just sitting in the lobby. I'm like, who is this NBA Youngboy? This Youngboy never broke again. And I heard that 38 Baby. I watched some of his interviews and I saw he was locked up and he was facing, some serious ass charges, man. So I was like, man, he had a promising career, but I don't know if he can get out of this one, man. But I mean, obviously you look at the level he excelled to now though and how big he is.
The trial, his label was on the outside making sure he stayed relevant, dropping Mind of a Menace 3 Reloaded. Basically just throwing a few songs that was already out on a mixtape. They also dropped a few pre-recorded songs and music videos that weren't really making too much noise. And Youngboy's homies on the outside also bought him a brand new mansion.
Man, I wish YB was here for his new house, man. YB, we got that bitch waiting on you, baby.
12-car garage on you, bitch ass nigga.
Real shit.
Oh yeah, and the reason you see NBA self-paid in this video is because they didn't even charge him for this drive-by until years later. They got him in 2019, 3 years after this whole thing went down. By then, everyone else involved had already been charged and released, but that's besides the point. At this time, Youngboy was sitting.
So is self-paid ain't in there no more because he made that video after Von died.
Everyone else involved had already been charged and released, but that's besides the point. At this time, Youngboy was sitting in the pen, and we got witnesses identifying him as a shooter. Probably not that hard to do when you're one of the biggest local rappers.
Yeah.
The NBA Joe was telling too. Now we don't know exactly what he said, but Youngboy and even his op Boulevard Quick mentioned Joe snitching in songs.
My murder, I don't understand these niggas out your telling.
When on that mission didn't complete it cause you froze up. NBA Joe, he trained to go, but he told him something.
Oh.
Youngboy rarely ever talks about being told on, and even blurred Joe's name out from that first song. But besides that snitching, it seems like Youngboy was doing good. In that jail is where he got close to one of his right-hand men today, Baby Joe. Baby Joe was close with Bozilla, and him and Youngboy probably bonded over that. But after sitting in that parish for about 8 months, Youngboy's lawyer worked out a deal for him. In exchange for Youngboy pleading guilty, they will reduce those 2 attempted murders to just 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm. A pretty generous offer. which Youngboy accepted.
That's a good ass lawyer. The fuck? How much you paying for him? That's a good ass
To
lawyer.
just one count of aggravated assault with a firearm.
Man.
A pretty generous offer, which Youngboy accepted and was released on $50,000 bail shortly after. We saw Youngboy come out in a Burberry shirt, getting greeted by OG33, NBA Self-Paid, NBA KD, NBA Ben 10, and NBA Dump, who are all key players later in the story. But it wasn't all such.
Man, you know what though? Hey.
PayPal and Venmo touch-free.
He had a
payments,
good
now
ass
accepted
lawyer,
at
man.
CVS
I will
stores
say that.
nationwide.
Man, I don't
Get
want
a
this
$10
up too
reward when you make a touch-free payment.
He had a
of
good
$20
ass
plus.
lawyer though.
Shining rainbows. Even though he was no longer facing life, that aggravated assault charge still carries a maximum of 10 years. And he was just out on bail. He still needed to get sentenced. But that 10 years looming over his head didn't discourage him from dropping music. And he took those 3 months before sentencing to run his clout through the roof. Going to jail is probably one of the best things you could do for your rap career. Youngboy came home and dropped his first song back, Untouchable, which is
this music video will forever be one of my favorite. I have to say, just the song, the lyrics, the video, all of it is definitely my top 3 favorite NBA Youngboy songs, man. Still to this day, I'm telling you.
Third biggest song to date. While Youngboy was awaiting sentencing, he was dropping hit after hit. Songs like No Smoking Graffiti. In August, he dropped his debut album under Atlantic, AI Youngboy. But while he was dropping his music, his street beefs were still escalating. His issue with G Money and TBG was getting more and more serious, which we gonna talk more about in my next video. But that same month he dropped AI Youngboy, he had to brace himself with the possibility of jail.
That project was cold as hell. AI Youngboy, I listen to that on heavy rotation still to this day, man. Still.
Atlantic, AI Youngboy. But while he was dropping his music, his street beefs were still escalating. His issue with G Money and TBG was getting more and more serious, which we gonna talk more about in my next video. But that same month he dropped AI Youngboy, he had to brace himself with the possibility of jail. Cause on August 22nd, he went back inside that courtroom for sentencing. Anticipation was building up to see what the judge would give him. And the judge didn't give him his sentence off rip. He started off lecturing Youngboy, telling him it's not a badge of honor to have all those kids from different baby mamas at 17. The judge told him his songs contribute to the violence, to which Youngboy interjected saying he didn't kill anyone. And the judge responded saying that he tried to and would've. He just had potato aim. Then the judge—
Man, that judge ruthless in the motherfucker, man. Better watch your motherfucking man. You know who you talking to? Hold on, man. These judges be... Hey, man, these judges, listen, I'll tell you. I've been in front of the judge one time. It wasn't on no charges like this. It was just on some petty shit, but I've been in front of the judge one time, and I'm telling you, they be talking so damn reckless. Like, nigga, you think just because you got this little security guard next, man, listen, you gonna have to leave this courtroom eventually, man. They be talking so damn reckless, man. Talking to this kid like, man.
The judge told him his songs contribute to the violence, to which Youngboy interjected saying he didn't kill anyone. And the judge responded saying that he tried to and would've. He just had potato aim. Then the judge finally hit him with the sentence, starting off with 250 hours of community service, a $5,000 fine, but most importantly, no jail time. Instead giving
$5,000 fine, man. Listen, when I went to court, if y'all curious, man, what was it, like 5 years ago? I crashed the car. I was unlicensed. I crashed the car, and it wasn't my car. It wasn't. I didn't steal it. It was at a job where I crashed the car, and I had court. I just had to pay like $300 in fines and court fees. But I was looking at like 2 months in jail though from that shit. It was at work, and I was doing the valet thing when knowing damn well I shouldn't have did the valet thing. If y'all was curious though, but $5,000 at this point of Youngboy's career. Man, that's a lot of bread, man. It's a lot of
service,
bread.
A $5,000 fine, but most importantly, no jail time. Instead giving him a suspended 10-year prison sentence with a 3-year probation. Meaning if he got in any trouble over those next 3 years, he could get sent back for the 10. All stemming from him trying to slide for his cousin. And it seems like Youngboy's beef over Boozilla is still raging on today. Remember that dissing dude from earlier? Yeah, he currently locked up on some unrelated shit, which still ain't stopped his beef with BBG or Youngboy from escalating. In a freestyle from jail, he dropped some bars about Youngboy's cousin, Boozilla.
Speak on me, the same reason they put the nigga 6 feet. You know I got no respect. I step on him and that nigga around him, I have no regrets. My shooters, they been flicking, they like, come on, cut the chick.
Just listen to that laugh, bro. This thing's a menace. But that Boozilla diss ain't go unnoticed. And we had BBG members responding in their own freestyles. saying this a rabbit behind the body that's not his. And they can't wait for him to come home because they whole gang waiting for him. And Youngboy himself be dropping some sneak disses, saying he waiting for Dissa to come home, and implying they got some get back for Boozilla. Talking about murking niggas.
Man, Youngboy just be so I think Youngboy be a little too direct in this song sometimes, man.
Corner stores, that's awfully specific. But we not gonna go too deep into that Dissa beef. He's saving that for another video. But let's refocus. It's May 2017. Youngboy just got out of jail. He's focusing on his rap career and handling his TBG beef. Within 3 weeks of Youngboy getting sentenced, bodies start dropping in Baton Rouge, which we gonna break down in our next video. But that's it for this video. Almost sizing them out.
Man, Youngboy, I don't know how Youngboy be continuing, man. I would be stressed the fuck out all the time, man. I'm looking at 10 years in prison. My cousin just got killed. I tried to slide back for him and I missed. The judge just came at my whole life. I had to pay $5,000, got 250 hours of community service. I got a nigga in prison dissing me in a freestyle. I got beef left and right. I'm trying to be a big rap star. I just got signed, man. Come on now. That's too much to juggle, man. NBA Youngboy, I don't know. Even still to this day, man, Youngboy, I don't know how he be doing it, man. How NBA Youngboy finessed his way out of life in prison, man. Link down below in the description. Y'all want to check it out in its entirety uninterrupted. If y'all new to the channel, y'all rock with me, want daily reaction videos, man, hit that subscribe button, follow me into the next video. I'll see y'all then. Thank you for watching MANIACITV. I'm out.
I ain't gotta do too much. I swear that these niggas, they be doing too much. I ain't gotta